Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for the Magical You podcast by Catrice. I'm Olivia, your host. We're here to talk about mindfulness and why it's better to fit in self-care while you're doing your makeup. During today's podcast episode, we're going to be focusing on the theme of life fulfillment. This is such an important theme and one I've been really looking forward to discussing. I mean, we all want to feel happy and fulfilled in our lives, but it can sometimes feel like quite a tough journey to get to that point. As the regular listeners know by now, I love to find a quote that reflects our subject matter, as I find it really helps explain some of the more broad concepts. So today's quote is, "Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you'll be successful." Now, this is by Albert Schweitzer, who was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for his humanitarian work, so he knew a thing or two about what fulfillment and truly living a full life means. As we're talking about ambitions and where we want to be in life, I'm going full on girl boss with today's look with a blue eyeliner, pink lip, shimmer. It's going to be fierce. First things first is priming, and this is a really nice plumping primer, and I like to focus this on my inner T-zone area. And we're going to jump straight into this kind of can seem like an overwhelming topic of life fulfillment. My life is pretty much fulfilled to what I ever dreamed it could be because I'm living my dream right now. I have my dream job, but for me, it also took a lot of work to get to this point. Studying for so many years, having a lot of experience with doing different jobs. I learned a lot quickly, I feel, especially in my young age. And I think with life fulfillment, sometimes it can be a very daunting topic for people that are as young as me or even younger, where it's like, life fulfillment, I'm only 25 or I'm only 18 and now I need to think about how I'm gonna fulfill my life. And I hope in today's episode that we can kind of take little chunks of this and make it more easy to understand or just more applicable for someone to work on their life fulfillment every day in little chunks. Next, for foundation, I'm going in for a bit more full coverage because we have this really fierce blue eyeliner going on. I've always loved makeup and it's kind of been with me through every stage of life. And I'm really grateful for that and how it's led me to where I am today, having my goal accomplished, my dream job by 25. And I'm very, very thankful for that. I feel like 7-year-old me would be so shocked where 25-year-old me is right now. And I hope that never stops. I never stop being grateful for that. My mom used to allow us on special occasions to wear makeup when we were kids, me and my sister, that being. And I can't even remember which birthday it was. I don't even know if it was mine. But I vividly remember sitting on the edge of the bathtub and she's been like, "Okay, what do you want?" And I looked at the blue eyeshadow. I was like, I want that everywhere. And it's actually full circle moment kind of because we're doing a blue eyeliner look today. And that for me is kind of, maybe you would call it one of those core memories that you hear a lot about on social media. It's just funny to reflect on that to where I am today, where I've done so many makeup looks with blue eyeshadow, or it's just what brought me so much joy in my childhood has now come full circle and is now bringing me so much more fulfillment than I ever could have thought as an adult. Speaking about it now and actually talking about my life fulfillment, it's crazy how much some makeup products when I was 7 has actually really influenced my life into being what it is today. Next, again, just concealer underneath the eyes. And I think it's also a really good point as I'm telling the story of me reflecting back to when I was younger. If you're really struggling with this big topic of fulfillment, or you're struggling a bit with finding who you are, what you're passionate about, or want to try out something different, is always maybe look back at what made you happy a few years ago, or like me when you were a child. What brought you happiness then? What is your moment in life or your core memory that maybe that you can still bring into your daily life now again? And who knows, that could lead to your life feeling more fulfilled, and it can maybe be a stepping stone for you to work on your life fulfillment. Nowadays, we can kind of put a lot of pressure on being a certain age and having everything in life kind of planned and organized. Everyone will be fulfilled in different parts of their life, and it's your own journey. And I would really encourage you to not compare yourself and really just find what makes you happy in life, and that will lead to hopefully your life feeling more fulfilled. Just to give some definition into my face, I'm going in with cream products, so cream bronzer and blush. I'm an extroverted person. I love being around people. I love talking to people. So when I first moved to Germany, obviously I didn't know anyone. So I really relied on my life to be fulfilled from my job. And of course it was my dream job, so I was overly happy. And as time went by, I realized how I needed to work on other parts of my life to be fulfilled, and that was creating new friendships. And it was a hard journey to get there, but I managed to find some new friends here in Germany, and the life fulfillment and happiness I get from just being with them and spending quality time is something that now that I have it, I look back, I'm like, how did I live without it? How did I move here to Germany without ever knowing someone? It's also giving the different shift of, obviously I had friends back at home and they would fulfill my life and give me happiness, and I moved away from that. So it was kind of a hard way to navigate having friends that I lost that personal quality time with, and then creating new friends that I have this quality time with. And it also made me feel that what's more important in my life. And so now when I do go back home, it's so important for me to really carve out the time to still have those friendships back home. And it's the same for family, of course. When I go back home, that family time is so precious to me. It really is, now that it's kind of taken away from me, a part of my life that I'm like, that does give me a lot of fulfillment. I need to work on it a bit more when I have the time and I'm there. So that is a small way that you can work on life fulfillment, and it doesn't seem like this overwhelming topic of life fulfillment and is my life going on the path and journey that I want it to be? Focus on that, and sooner or later you'll feel that your life has more meaning and you're on the way to having life fulfillment. And I'm going in with the pink blush in this palette just because I'm going in with a pink lip later, and I think it will really tie the look together. And I also wanted to just acknowledge that life fulfillment can come in little moments. You can really just find it sometimes by being more mindful and aware of your everyday. I think it's important to not always be chasing the next thing. You can stop and appreciate what you have. And that can also be a form of life fulfillment and working on yourself, to really just stop and appreciate what you have. For me, that is always a time where I'm doing my makeup, and hence how this podcast came about. Time to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to be going in with the glitz and the blue eyeliner. If I do want to eventually work on myself in the future and have a way of being more fulfilled in life, and if I had to think of a plan, I naturally always revert back to kind of being in a more academic learning mindset when it comes to being more fulfilled in life. I always find myself seeking to learn a new skill or build on a skill. And for me, that when I'm in the right stage of my life is a really fulfilling kind of aspect. Being a beginner at something and having everything to learn about a topic is always really exciting for me. I did not meditate before this, and learning how to do it properly and being more mindful and aware of your everyday is also, in a sense, fulfilling this kind of part of my life that maybe I didn't realize I still wanted to do while I have accomplished a big goal in my life. Maybe mindfulness and affirmation and meditation can be a way of still learning and working on my life fulfillment. And time for the blue eyeliner, which always needs a lot of focus and time to breathe. So that is what I'm going to do right now. If you are a listener, this is also the time to tune in, because this blue eyeliner is such a great shade and it really makes the look all come together. Next is brows, and I'm just going to use a brow powder to do a more defined brow this time. I think it's also important to note that if your life fulfillment goes in a way that maybe has some struggles, for example, as a woman, sometimes it can lead you to be in a more male-dominated area. I know personally that was the case for me when I chose video editing as something that I wanted to go into more and I wanted to learn more about. And that was an instance where I really felt that, okay, this is something new for me. Don't let anything stop you. If you feel it's right for you and it brings you happiness, that is all that matters at the end of the day. Now for lips, we're going in with a more pinky tone to match the blush. And I also wanted to speak about how setting goals can also help in getting to the moment or helping you in a more fulfilled life. For me, this year, as I said, I accomplished such a big goal of mine. And so I really want to take this year to appreciate that and live more day to day and appreciate that I've accomplished a big goal. You don't need a big goal that you're always working towards, and just to be grateful for the little things and having little goals can really also be really fulfilling in your life. I really enjoyed and appreciated being able to share all of that with you, and I hope that you were able to find some things in my story so far that could help you in the next stage of yours. Now feels like a great time to move on to some positive affirmations that can really help you think positively about working towards your life goals and believe in yourself that you can and will achieve them. First, find yourself a calm, quiet space where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm going to close my eyes this time as it helps me concentrate and focus on the affirmations, but however you feel comfortable is absolutely fine. We're going to start off by taking a few deep breaths in and out to help relax. The first affirmation is, my happiness is not dependent on external events, it comes from within me. My happiness is not dependent on external events, it comes from within. My happiness is not dependent on external events, it comes from within. My happiness is not dependent on external events, it comes from within. The second is, I choose happiness and fulfillment in all aspects of my life. I choose happiness and fulfillment in all aspects of my life. I choose happiness and fulfillment in all aspects of my life. I choose happiness and fulfillment in all aspects of my life. And the third, following my passions and staying true to myself will bring me success. Following my passions and staying true to myself will bring me success. Following my passions and staying true to myself will bring me success. Following my passions and staying true to myself will bring me success. Thank you for doing those affirmations with me. I have great faith that they will help us all in getting a step closer to feeling truly fulfilled in life. Don't forget to join me again next Tuesday when we're talking about self-care with the beautiful quote, "How you treat yourself is how you're inviting the world to treat you," by Jane Travis. I hope you have a wonderful day.